Hey guys, on today did is 737 pilot, and today we'll be flying a Lotus Simulations L39. Alright, a little bit, background information about this Lotus Sims L39 is the L39 is initially flown in the UK, mainly Russia, and is a military trainer for jets such as the F-16, F-18, and good for aerobatic training and air shows. It is also a lot of people. This is the most common private-owned airplane in America today, as for a jet. And that's pretty much the background information of it. Let's get started on this tutorial. Okay, so we're in a VC, and let's do some cockpit familiarization. Right over here, we have our batteries. Let's turn that on. Have our both inverters, inverter 1, inverter 2. Our gyros, our GPS power, so we go turn on the Garmin 430. Let's see what else. We have our avionics, which turns on our COM1, COM2s, our navs, our squawks. Over here, we have gear for emergency gear, emergency flaps, emergency generators, and emergency hydraulics, just in case any of those go out. And we have our lights, nav lights, beacon, and strobe lights. And we have our generators. Let's turn these generators on. Alright, let's go to the left side of the cockpit. We have our oxygen supply and our fuel shutoff valve. And then over here is our throttle, duh. We have flaps. It has 3 settings of flaps. The second setting of flaps is for takeoff. We have our APU shutoff, which is this right here. Our engine start, and our parking brakes. Let's turn on the parking brakes. Alright, so yeah, let's get ready to start. Now before I start my engines and turn on APUs, I want to check right up here where these lights are blinking and make sure that all my emergency lights are working. And I simply just go right here where it says push to test, right below the gear, and it should show. Now you see all lights are blinking, so that means that every single light is working and it's safe to fly this airplane. Alright, so now that we've done that, we are ready to turn on our APU. And let's start it up. And then we should be looking for a yellow turbine indicator right here so we can start our engines. Alright, and we have turbine start, and now we're officially ready to start up our engines. Alright, and start. This is your N1 and N2, and once N1 hits around 43%, we are ready to go. So get out a couple of seconds, and we should all be ready to go. Okay, to kill time, yeah, this plane also has a smoke system, has many versions of it as well, such as formation flying and air racing as well. If you right click, go to cockpit in the rear seat, you can see the rear seat of the cockpit, and this is where the instructor sits. Close that. Right here is where, since you have 2 cockpits in this one plane, the instructor sits back here, and the trainee sits in the front. The instructor is able to make failures for the front cockpit and still have everything working in the back. I could have the pitot failure, the static failure, the compass, gyro, roll, and pitch failure, all for the front, and everything will still be working back here. It's a pretty cool feature. You should really look into buying this plane. Alright, so now that our engines are started, let's go back to the VC and look outside. Now, as you see, that's how it sounds. Alright, and now let's get ready to taxi, and that is pretty much it for the startup. And so close the door. Alright, and we are all ready to taxi. Alright, so I'm going to text to runway 14 and we'll be back shortly. Okay guys, and we're back. So right now I'm right over here at the beginning of runway 14 and I'm going to taxi down the center line for a takeoff, and we'll just do a check pattern and come back. Alright, for this airplane needs all the room it can have. So try your best to get the airplane at the end of the runway. Also, this plane, if you have rotor pedals, it is very, very hard to taxi. You need to use differential brakes in order to make sharp turns for the L39. Alright, so my airplane is configured for takeoff. We are at 2 settings of flaps. And my GPS 430 is on and we are ready to go. One quick thing, this airplane does not go in airspeed, it goes in kilometers, which is right here. So just take short notice of that, and everything else should be familiar in this cockpit. Alright, and let's get ready to Alright guys, so to go back on our replay, you see that I keep it around 30 to 20 kilometers. That is the proper airspeed that you want to keep on approach. I am at full flaps, and I maintain red over white. Alright, it's pretty bumpy landing, but for the most part I got it down on the runway pretty good. Let's look outside. Alright, that's pretty good landing for me. Okay guys, so for easy shutdown, you just simply go over here to the shut-off valve and sling it all the way back. And that should be it. Canopy open. Up. And battery avionics off. Alright, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, rate, and comment. Look forward to tomorrow for another video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.